Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Sheets webinar. In this video, we'll be looking at tips and tricks that you can use in order to style your charts and create visually impressive charts using Zoho Sheet. So this will be the agenda for the video. So first we'll look at an introduction about charts, and then we'll see what Zoho Sheet offers with respect to charts. And then we'll be looking into what data ink ratio is and how it can be useful for you when you're designing your charts. And then we'll be seeing some examples where I'll be showing you the comparison between the charts before and after the styling or customization. And finally, we'll jump into the demonstration where I'll be showing how you can style charts and create visually impressive graphs inside Zoho Sheet. Charts have always been an essential and prominent part of data analysis, and charts can be used to visually represent a data that you have in your spreadsheet. There are various types of charts like bar, column, pie, line, etc. And all these chart types can cater to specific use cases or data types that you have in your spreadsheet. And using these charts, you can study the data you have in your spreadsheet at a glance as well, no matter how long the data is. Zoho Sheet provides you with more than 35 different chart types that you can pick and use based on the data that you have in your spreadsheet. And apart from the chart types, Zoho Sheet also provides you with an extensive array of customization options that you can use in order to customize and personalize your charts in your spreadsheet. And apart from this, Zoho Sheet also has an AI-powered analytical assistant called Zia that provides you with an automated recommendation of charts, pivot tables, and other insights about your data. And Zoho Sheet is integrated with Zoho Writer in such a way that you can simply copy and paste a dynamic live chart from Sheet to Writer. Zoho Sheet is also available on mobile devices for both iOS and Android, so you can create and customize charts on the go using your smartphones and tablets as well. So now we look at a concept called data ink ratio, what this concept is and how it can be useful when you're actually designing your charts in spreadsheets. So this concept, data ink ratio, was first introduced by Edward Tufte in his work, The Visual Display of Quantitative Information. And the bottom line of this particular concept, as quoted by Edward Tufte, is above all, show the data. So this is the bottom line of this concept. No matter what kind of customization you perform on your chart or how you're designing your chart, make sure that the data is shown prominently and remove the unnecessary elements from your chart. Quantitatively, the data ink ratio equals the ink that is used for the actual data representation in the chart divided by the total ink used in the chart. So this is how the quantitative measurement of this ratio is. But the bottom line of this concept is that you'll have to remove the unnecessary elements from the chart, that is, declutter the chart and make sure that your chart represents the data more prominently. So now I'm just going to show an example that will give you a clear idea about what this concept is. So in this chart, you can see there are various elements that are used here, and one by one you will see how the chart is getting decluttered or uncluttered by removing the unnecessary elements from the chart. So you can simply watch the step-by-step process where each element is being removed. Those elements that are unnecessary are getting removed so that the data is actually prominently and clearly visible without any distractions or unnecessary elements in the chart. So this is what the data ink ratio is all about. Unclutter your chart and make sure that you show your data prominently. So now we'll move on to the examples. So I'll be showing a few chart examples with comparisons between the default style and the chart after the customization. And in the demonstration later, we'll see how I had achieved those customizations using Zoho Sheet. So first up, we have a bar chart. On the left side, you can see the default chart style, and on the right, you can see the chart after the styling or customization. So you can see that apart from the colors and the design aspects, you can also see that the elements have also been smartly used inside the chart in such a way that there are not too many distractions in the chart. So you can see the data label being used. You can see that the sorting of data is also done so that the chart looks neat, and also I can study data more quickly. And here we have a multi-series line graph. So you can see on the left the default style, and on the right you can see the chart after the customization. So on the right you can see how the lines have been prominently shown, and the series labels are also being shown right besides those lines, so it is more easy for me to actually comprehend what the chart is displaying. Similarly, we have a stacked column chart here that is designed in a monochrome style. And next we have a single series line graph. So you can see how the data aggregation is also done so that the graph is more meaningful and clear. And you can see the markers and the data labels, etc. So now we'll jump into the demonstration, and I'll show you how I had achieved all these customizations using the various options provided by Zoho Sheet. So I have different example data sets that I'll be using for showing the various customizations. So for the first two examples, I'll be showing how you can create and style the chart. So I'll be creating the charts from scratch, and I'll be showing how you can customize it. And for the other examples, I'll be showing the customization part alone. So first up, we have a sample sales data. So you can see that this is a very simple sales data. So we have the items or the products, and then we have the units sold, and then we have the price of the products per unit, and then we have the total sales. So first up, I'm going to create a bar chart, and then we'll see how we can customize the same. So I'm going to create a chart for the items and the sales. So once I've selected the desired data, you can either insert a chart using this insert chart option in the toolbar, or you can use the insert menu and you'll find the chart option there. So from here, once I click on the chart icon, you can see that the recommended charts are shown by Zoho Sheet. So if you find your desired chart type here, you can simply insert the chart from here. So here you can see that a bar chart is being displayed for me in the recommended list. So I'm going to use that. There we go. So here you can see that this is the default bar chart style that you will see when you insert a bar chart in Zoho Sheet. So now let's start customizing this chart so that it looks visually impressive. At the same time, the data in this chart is also clearly and prominently represented. So for that, I'm going to open the customization panel for the chart. So you can simply double click on the chart, and that will open the side panel on the right with all the customization options that's required for your chart. So first up, I'm going to start with the title of the chart. So here, I'm just going to make a small tweak to it, and I'm going to change the alignment of the title as well, so that the title is not distracting the actual graph in the center. And once that's done, let's start designing the chart. Once the side panel is open, you can simply click on the desired elements on the chart that you would like to customize. So you can make simple customizations right besides the chart itself. For example, now I'm going to change the background color of this particular chart. So I'm going to click on the background of this chart, and you can see a small context menu being displayed. So I can make some quick formatting changes from the chart directly. So here you can see the default color palette provided by Zoho Sheet. And if you do not find your desired color in this palette, you can choose more colors. And here you can either choose the desired color, or if you have a specific color code for your brand or the dashboard that you're creating, you can give a customized color code as well. So here I'm giving a color code and click on OK. So you can see how I can make quick formatting changes right besides the chart as well. So now that I've changed the background color of the chart to a darker shade, you can notice how the labels present in the chart automatically change to a lighter color for readability reasons. So now that I've changed the background color, I'm going to change the color of the bars in this particular chart as well, so that the bars are more prominently shown. So now to customize the bar, I'm just going to click on the bar, and you can see how all the bars in this particular chart have been selected. If you'd like to make changes to one particular bar in the chart, you can do that as well by simply double clicking on a specific bar. So now I'm going to change the color of the bars in this particular chart. There we go. And before we start removing the unnecessary elements from this chart, I'm just going to make one other change. That is, I'm going to sort the data that is present in this chart. You can see how the data bars in this chart are actually ordered based on the order in the actual source data table. But here, sorting the data in this chart will make it a little more easier for me to see the sales figures of the various items at a glance. So I'll know which product had the highest sales and which had the lowest sales, etc. at a glance. So now I'm just going to sort the data in this particular chart. So here under general, you can find an option called sort data. So you can simply click on that, and there you go. So once you check sort data, you can find further customization options. That is, for example, here if you would like to sort the data based on the name of the product, you can do that. And you can also change the order of sorting as well. For example, now it is in descending order. If you would like to sort it in ascending order, you can do that as well. So now that I've sorted the data in the chart, so you can see how it is easier for me to actually study the data that I have in the spreadsheet. And the sorting of these bars in the chart will not affect the actual source data as well. So you can sort the data in your chart without affecting the data in your spreadsheet. So now let's start decluttering the chart. So for that, I'm going to first add a data label to my chart here. So I'm going to add the data label as values. So there we go. So you can see how the data label shows the values of each data bar. That is based on the length of each data bar. You can see the label being positioned accordingly. So in the first data bar, you can see how the data label is positioned inside the bar. So always when you're inserting or adding data labels in your chart, make sure to maintain consistency in their position so that it looks neat and professional. So now here I'm going to position my data labels outside the bars. So I'm going to choose outside from the positions here. So now you can see how the data labels are all positioned outside their respective bars. So now that I have the data labels displaying the actual value that each data bar is representing here in this chart, I do not need this axis label here at the bottom. So now I'm going to get rid of this particular axis label. So simply uncheck it. So there we go. So you can see how getting rid of the unnecessary axis label gives more space for the actual chart as well. And now that we do not have the axis label at the bottom, these grid lines also are not necessary for this particular chart. So I'm going to get rid of those grid lines as well. So here, uncheck the major grid lines. There we go. So now you can see how the chart looks clean, neat, and visually good. This chart as such looks good, neat, and the data bars are prominently shown. Whereas I'm just going to make one small change finally in order to make this chart look even better visually. So for that, you can go to styles and you'll find an option called gradient. So here, notice the chart before we have used gradient, and now I'm just going to use the gradient option to make it visually even better. So now I'm just going to click on the gradient option. And on the left, you can see how the chart is looking even better than it was before with the gradient. So you can see the gradient effect being shown in the data bars as well as in the background. So this gives a visual lift for your charts that you have in your spreadsheet. So this is how you can design your bar charts or your column charts that you have in your spreadsheet. So now after customizing or designing a specific chart, if you'd like to replicate the same style, that is the same formatting style in another chart that you have in your spreadsheet, I'll show you how you can do that quickly without having to manually repeat the whole process once again. So for that, I'm just going to insert another chart here. So here I have a column chart that I've just inserted. So now I want to replicate the same styling that I had done in the bar chart on this column chart as well. So for that, without having to repeat the whole process again, I can simply go to this chart that has the actual desired style that I want. And here on the top right corner of the chart, you can see 3 dots. There is more options. So once you click on that, you can find an option called styles. And within styles, you can find an option called copy. So simply click on copy and go to the desired chart that you would like to style based on the source chart. And similar to what we had done previously, here you can find styles, and within that you can find an option called paste. So once I click on paste, you can see how the styling has been replicated from the source chart to the destination chart. That is from the bar chart to the column chart. So this way, when you have multiple charts in your spreadsheet or your dashboard, you can simply style one chart and you can replicate the styling from that chart to the rest of the charts without having to manually repeat the whole process again. And at any point of time, if you'd like to get back to the default style of the chart, that is the default Zoho Sheet style that is provided for the chart, under the same styles option, you can find an option to reset the styles as well. So once I click on reset here, you can see how the chart goes back to the default styling. So now let's move on to the next example data set and see how we can customize the chart for it. So in this example, you can see that we have a sample data that gives us the total units of the items in certain categories. So you can see the three categories of item. So you can see the three categories on the left, and you can see the total units that were sold on each date of week being given. So here I'm going to use a multi-series line graph, and we'll see how we can customize the same. So here I'll go to line chart and insert a line graph. So this is the default line graph style that you will see in Zoho Sheet when you insert one. So now we'll see how we can customize this line graph in order to make it look visually good. At the same time, the data can be represented in a better way. So first, I'm going to start with the chart title. So here you can see that there is no chart title or subtitle for the chart here. So I'm going to give a title saying Zilker Cafe. And I'm going to change the alignment of the title to left as well. And apart from a chart title, I'm also going to give a subtitle for this chart. So try not to make the title of the chart too long. So if you have any further information that you would like to provide, you can also add it as a subtitle for the chart as well. For example, here, so here you can see that I've added the name of the cafe as the title, and you can see that the actual data that the chart is representing is given as a subtitle here. So I've given all the necessary information here. So now that we have given the chart title and the subtitle, let's start styling it. So I'm going to start with the chart background, similar to what we saw in the previous bar chart. So I'm going to give the same color that we had used previously. So here in this palette, you can see that any custom color that you use in your spreadsheet will be displayed here under other used colors in the palette. So this will be available until you refresh your spreadsheet. So here you can see the background color that I had used for the bar chart previously. So I'm going to repeat the same color for this chart as well. There we go. And now that I've changed the color of the background, I'm just going to change the color of the line series in this chart as well. So here, for that, I can simply click on the desired line I wish to change or customize and give the desired color code here and click on OK. So this way you can customize the color of each line series that you have in this chart separately or specifically as well. Now I'm going to show an option that is specific to the line graphs that you have in your spreadsheet, that is markers. Markers are nothing but those shapes or elements that you can use in order to highlight the specific data points in a line graph that you have. So here under series, you can see an option called markers. So before I add the markers, I'll have to make sure where I want to apply those changes or the markers that I'm adding. So here you can either apply those changes to specific series that you have in your chart, or you can apply it to all the series that you have in your chart. So now I'm going to add markers to all the series in this graph. So I'll select apply to all series, and then I'll add the markers here. So on the left in the chart, you can see how the markers are being shown in a single shape in all the three line series that we have in this graph. Since I have multiple series in this graph, the markers that I've added are looking a little bit intruding or crowded. So I'm just going to decrease the prominence of these markers in the graph by reducing the size of these markers. So here you can see the size of markers being shown. So I can simply choose from here. I'm going to select 2 here. So you can see how the marker points are smaller and they're not too intruding in the graph, but the data points are also clearly visible here. And apart from this, if you'd like to show a small differentiation in the markers that you've used in the graph here, that is, if you'd like to differentiate the markers that are used in each series of this line graph, you can do that as well. For example, here for pastries, I'm just going to change the shape of the markers that I've used here. For example, I'll use a square shape here. So here you can see that the shape of the marker here has changed compared to the other series that you have. And similarly, I can change it for the other series as well. For example, for cakes, I'm going to give the shape as diamond. So you can see the shape being changed here for each series. So this way you can differentiate the markers that you're using as well for each series that you have in your graph. So now, similar to the bar chart that we saw, I'm going to make some small changes so that we can remove the unwanted elements from the chart here. So I'm going to add data labels first. So here for the multi-series line graph, I'm going to add the series as the data label here. So I'm going to choose show series here. So once I do that, you can see that the name of each series is shown just besides the respective line graph or the line series here. Now, as we did previously, I'm just going to position it a little more consistently. So I'm going to position it at the bottom of the respective lines. There we go. So now there's another styling option for the data labels that you have in the chart, that is here in the color. You can find an option called apply series color. So once you click on that, you can see that here the data labels are changed to the color of the respective series that they are representing. So this way it will be easier for you to actually know which series the data labels are actually representing. So this is another small styling tip that you can use on your charts as well. So now that we have the data labels representing what the series actually are, we can remove the legend that is present in this chart here. So here I'm just going to remove the legend here. There we go. So you can see how removing the legend gives more space for the chart as well. And now you can see the grid lines in the background are actually a little too prominent for the chart. So they're interfering or distracting the line graph I have here. But since this is a line graph, I also want the grid lines for reference. I cannot simply remove them like we did in the bar charts previously. So for that, I'm just going to reduce the prominence of the grid lines that we have at the background. So here, under grid lines, you can find an option called line type. So in this line type, you can choose the style that you prefer. So I'm going to choose the dotted line style here just to reduce the prominence of the grid lines a little bit. So you can see how changing the line style just makes it a little less prominent. And now that we have done all the customizations needed, just like we did previously, I'm going to add a small visual lift for this chart by using gradient. So here I'm just going to click on gradient. There we go. So now you can see how the line graph looks visually more appealing and effective. You can see how the line graphs are prominently displayed, and you can see the series labels right beside each line, so it's more clearly comprehensible as well. So now let's move on to the next example data, and we'll see how we can customize respective charts as well. So in this worksheet, you can see that I already have a stacked column chart on top, and you can see a line graph at the bottom here. And the stacked column chart on top is displaying the monthly page views, so you can see the source of each page view is also being shown in each of the column. And here you can see the line graph displaying the daily page views from the data that I have here on the left. So now I'm going to customize both of these charts. So first we'll start with the stacked column chart, and we'll see how we can make both of these charts look visually better and in style with the data table or the whole worksheet style that we have here. I'm just going to open the side panel for customization. So here I want to make this stacked column chart to be in style with the data table that I have on the left. So you can see I have a blue theme here in the data table. So I would like to reflect the blue theme on my charts as well. So the whole dashboard is in a single theme. So here in this chart, I'm going to use a monochrome style here. So under customize and styles, you can find default color schemes provided by Zoho Sheet. So you can see the default color schemes provided here. So you can either choose a default color scheme from here, or you can customize each of the series separately if you want, or you can also go with the monochromatic theme. So you can see the monochrome colors being displayed here as well. And if you do not find your desired color from the palette being shown here, you can anyway go here under custom and give your custom color code as well. So here I've given a color code that represents a blue shade. So I'm going to give OK. So on the left, now you can see that the chart is in a monochrome theme. You can see the diluting shades of blue representing each series in each column stack here. With the stacked columns, you can clearly see the differentiation between each shade of the color here. And now I'm going to add a data label to this particular chart. So in a stacked column chart, apart from the other data label options, you can also find an option called total data labels here. So since each of the column in this stacked column chart represents more than one series, if you would like to give the total value as the data label, you can choose this option. So now I'm going to select this option, that is total data labels. So you can see the total sum of all the series values being shown on top of each or the respective columns here. And now I'm just going to change the color of the data labels to the same shade that we had given for the monochrome theme. So you can see that I'm selecting it from the palette here. There we go. And now that I have the data label displaying the actual value each column is representing, I do not want the axis label that is present here. So I'm going to remove the axis label from there. So I'm going to vertical axis and remove label. So there we go. So this gives a little more space for the actual chart. And since we have removed the axis labels from here, you can see that the grid lines are not helping in any way. So we can remove the grid lines as well. So go to grid lines and remove. So now you can see that the chart is not having any distractions or unnecessary elements and it looks clean. So now I'm just going to position the legend that is present at the bottom to the top, because you can see that I have some space on top, whereas so I can just place my legend on the top so it doesn't distract or disturb the actual chart here. So I'm just going to place the legend on top. So now you can see how the axis is not having any distractions at the bottom. So this makes it easier for me to actually view the chart as well. And now that we have done the necessary customizations, I'm just going to show one more small tip or trick that you can do when you're using a chart with a white background. So here you can see that the chart has a thin border line. You can see a rectangular border line around the chart here. So when you want the chart to not be displayed as a rectangular object in your dashboard, so if you do not want the rectangular shape or the border to be displayed in your chart, you can remove it as well. So here under customize and styles, you can find an option here called border color. By default, there will be a gray shade chosen. And here you can find an option called no border. So once you remove the border, you can now see that the rectangular shape or the border is not being shown here. So this looks even more better when you look at it as a dashboard. So you can see that the chart looks embedded right along with the data, and there's no separate object field that is being shown here when you remove the border. So you can use this small trick when you are using a chart that goes along with the background of the spreadsheet as well. So now we have customized the stacked column chart. Now let's also customize the line chart so that the whole dashboard or the whole worksheet looks perfect. So before we go ahead with the styling and other customizations, first I'm going to aggregate the data that is present in this line graph. So here you can see that the line graph is actually displaying the data on a daily basis, but this is actually not helpful for me because there's too many fluctuations happening in this particular data. So I'm going to aggregate this data so that it displays the monthly or page view values alone. So for that, here under general, you can find an option called aggregation. And under that, you can select the operation by which you would like to aggregate the data. Here, since I want the monthly page views, that is, I want the total page views per month, I'm going to go with sum. So once you're given the operation, you can then choose the value. Here it is page views. And once that is done, you can select the axis by which you would like to aggregate the data. So here I would like to aggregate it based on date. And once I select the date, you can see a small calendar icon being shown besides it. And you can find the various categories or options by which you can aggregate the data. So here, since I want to aggregate it by month, I'm going to choose month here. So here on the left, you can see how the chart is more comprehensible now. So now this makes it easier for me to look where the data trend is actually going. So now let's get into the styling part of the chart here. So now, as I said, I want this chart as well to be in style with the rest of the dashboard or the other elements that we have in this worksheet. So I'm going to change the color of this line graph to the same color that we had used in the stacked column above. So you can see the color in this palette here. So I'll choose it from here. Similar to what we did in the multi-series line graph, I'm going to add markers for this graph as well to represent the data points in this graph. So here under series, you can see the option called markers. Select that. There you go. So since this is a single series line graph, I'm just going to retain the size of the marker here so that it is prominently shown. And just to differentiate the marker points a little bit, I'm just going to change the fill color of the marker points. So here, I'm just going to give a lighter shade of blue so that it is not too away from the chart theme that we have. So there we go. So here the markers are prominently displayed. At the same time, it is also in style with the graph as well. So now that I have the markers here, I would like to also look at the values that each of these markers are actually representing. So for that, I'm going to add a data label for this. So I'm going to add values in this line graph here. In the last multi-series line graph, we had added show series because I wanted to see the series label for each line alongside the respective lines here. But since we have a single series here and the chart title itself is giving us an idea about what this graph is representing, we can add the value as the data labels here. So in order to just make them less prominent or less intruding, I'm just going to change or reduce the font size of the labels here. So I'll give it as 10, and you can see that they're consistently positioned at the bottom. So this now looks perfect. So now, similar to the previous line graph we saw, you can see that the grid lines at the background are a little bit distracting for the actual line graph that I have here. So I'm just going to make it a little less prominent. So I'm going to change the line style of the grid lines like we saw in the previous line graph. So now I've given it a dotted line style. And apart from changing the line style, you can also change the color of the grid lines that you have in your chart. So here I'm going to choose a color for the grid line as well. There we go. So I've chosen a light blue shade. So here you can see how the grid lines are not too distracting. At the same time, if I want to refer any point, I can use the grid lines here as well. And for our final customization, for this particular dashboard, as we saw in the previous chart, you can see a border line for this chart as well. So I'm just going to remove the border line for the line graph as well. So here under styles, go to border color and choose no border. So now you can see how both the charts are actually looking in style with the actual data table that we have on the left. So as a whole dashboard, you can see how it looks perfect. So the color theme and the styling of the charts have been changed in such a way that it is not looking like separate objects in the dashboard. Rather, it's looking like graphs that are embedded right alongside the data. So now let's move on to our final example and see how we can customize race charts here in Zoho Sheet. So in this example, you can see that I have the periodic data of the comparison between the various values of currencies on the left. So in this example, we have the value of various currencies over a period of time as the data on the left, and on the right you can see a race chart that is representing the same data. So a race chart is nothing but an animated bar chart type that we have in Zoho Sheet. So using this race chart, you can actually represent the change in data over a period of. So you can represent historic data or periodic data using these animated bars that race against each other based on the change in value. So now I'm just going to show you a few options to customize race charts in Zoho Sheet. First, I'm just going to change the background color of the chart. So for this, I've given a custom code for the background and click on OK. So you can see that I've given a light gray shade as the background for the chart. And now I'm just going to customize each bar in this particular race chart to make it look more visually appealing. So you can simply click on the desired series or the bar that you would like to customize, and you can go ahead with the color customization here. So here I've just changed the color of two bars that we have in this particular race chart, for example. So this way you can click on the desired series that you have in the chart and you can give the custom color of your choice as well. So this way, once you're done with the background and the bar color of the chart, you can go ahead and customize the other elements of the chart as well. For example, here you can see that the caption in this chart here is too dark, and I don't want such a prominence for the caption in this particular chart. So for that, in order to reduce the prominence of this particular caption, you can go to Raise Chart Options, and under that you can find the option here called Caption and the formatting options for the same. So here I'm going to choose a color that is less prominent for this particular chart. So I'm choosing a lighter gray shade so that the caption is visible. At the same time, it's not too prominent for this particular chart. And next up, here in the axis label, you can see that one of the label is not completely displayed because of its length. So if the data label is not too long, and if you'd like to display it completely, you can also use an option called slant angle that we have in Zoho Sheet. Under horizontal axis, you can find an option here called slant label. So here under this, you can find the various predefined angles being given with which you can actually change the angle in which the label is actually aligned. So here I'm going to choose 45 degrees. So now you can see how the label is aligned at 45 degrees so that the label is completely displayed as well. And as we saw in the first bar chart, you can see that the data labels are actually positioned based on the length of each bar. But to make it consistent, I'm just going to change the position of the data labels to outside, so that all the labels are actually positioned consistently outside the respective bars. And once that is done, I'm just going to change the color of the data labels respective to their series color. So I'm going to choose Apply Series Color from the palette. By default, when you play a race chart, you can see that the value in the axis changes dynamically based on the value that you have in the chart. So as the value increases, you can see the value or the range of the axis increasing as well dynamically. So instead of this dynamic axis, if you would like to have the axis as fixed in a race chart, you can do that now. So here under vertical axis, you can find 3 different options with which you can actually represent or display your axis. So the dynamic axis is the default one that we saw just now, whereas you can also fix the vertical axis. For example, here I have chosen fixed here. So now when I play the race chart, you can see that the axis range is fixed, and you can see that bars racing to the maximum value from the initial point. So this way, instead of having a dynamic range, which might be a little hard to comprehend when there is too much fluctuation in the data, you can also keep the range as fixed, and you can view the race amongst the bars as the value changes. And if you are not satisfied with the actual range or the default axis range that is set by Zoho Sheet, you can also go ahead and choose a custom range for the axis as well. So here for this race chart, I'm choosing fixed. So these are some tips or tricks that you can use in order to customize the various chart types in Zoho Sheet. So you can use the various options provided by Zoho Sheet in order to make your charts more visually impressive and comprehensible as well. So hope you all found this video helpful. Do try out these options in your charts as well. You can also find the link to the demo file in the description. So if you want a hands-on experience, or if you'd like to replicate the various chart styles that were shown in the video, you can check it out as well. Hope you all found this webinar video useful. Do try out the various customization options that were shown in this video on your charts, and share your customized charts with us on Twitter using the hashtag ZohoSheetCharts, or you can also tag us on Twitter using @ZohoSheet as well. We would love to look at your designed charts as well. If you need any help with the options or features that were shown in this video or any other feature in Zoho Sheet, feel free to write to us at support@zohosheet.com, and we'll be here happy to help you out. And if you have any feedback about this video, you can drop them as comments below. You can also check out our previous webinar videos using the link in the description. Hope you all found this session useful. Do share your customized charts with us later on. Thank you for watching. See you in the next session.